Hello, it's time for Combat Patrol Carnage. We're back with issue 12 and we're looking into our lore articles. Only 2 pages in this issue, so we've got the 2 remaining doctrines of the Space Marines, so the tactical and the assault doctrine. So we learn what those are and some of the most commonly used weapons within those doctrines, which will be quite nice to look at. So yeah, some nice new bits of information for us to read. So like I said, just a couple of pages. We'll get to that in just a sec. Before we hit the table though, don't forget to do all the usual. Like the video, drop me a comment down below, and of course subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Plus don't forget to share the video with your other social media groups. I'm on the Combat Patrol Facebook page, so I share there every time I post a new video. But yeah, if you're on any other Warhammer groups, feel free to share my content, especially if you are really enjoying it and you think other people will find it helpful. Finally then, Combat Patrol Carnage is proudly sponsored by warbay.shop, your one-stop supply for all your hobby needs. They stock new and used models and armies. They also have all your painting supplies and your gaming aids such as dice and tokens. They also stock past and present partworks including Combat Patrol. So if you want some extra issues, check them out. There's a link in the video description. And who knows, you might find your next hobby project at a bit of a discount. Right, let's head to the table and we'll do our reading. Back with issue 12 then, and yeah, so we can put our single Terminator for the moment off to one side. He'll join the rest of his squad. And we're here to look at our latest lore articles, which focuses on the remaining 2 Space Marine combat doctrines. So let's adjust the camera and we'll dive straight into our lore. Alright, past our build guide, and here we have Tactical Doctrine. A Space Marine captain coordinates his forces as they prepare to engage the enemy. So as I said in the unboxing, that's the contents of the old Dark Imperium starter set from 8th edition. Introduced the Primaris Space Marines for the first time, so we had the Gravis Captain, 2 Lieutenants, 10 Intercessors and 2 squads of 5, 3 Inceptors, an Ancient, and 5 Hellblasters. So here we go, Tactical Doctrine. Space Marines are no mere blunt instrument. They are masters of seizing the initiative, and their commanders possess superhuman intelligence. This is exemplified in the Tactical Doctrine. The Codex Astartes, the legendary tactical manual that is the root of nearly all Space Marine strategy, emphasizes flexibility in warfare above all else. When the swirling chaos of battle presents no clear path to victory, wise Space Marine commanders declare the Tactical Doctrine to be in effect. This doctrine is more subtle than the punishing fusillade of the Devastator Doctrine or the furious charges of the Assault Doctrine, but no less effective. Even as they bring the fight to the enemy, the Space Marines will plot the best possible plan of attack. Where necessary, they will draw back, either to seize better ground or to bait the foe into overextending. Enemy commanders are left baffled by complex, multi-layered feints incomprehensible to an unaugmented mind. Only when the foe is completely surrounded does the Space Marine's plan become clear. Fire and fade. Many Space Marine force uses specialized troops for hit and run assaults. Inceptors, for example, fly across the battlefield launching punishing close-range barrages and slipping away before the enemy can respond. Up next, we got some of the tools of the Tactical Doctrine. When battle calls for flexibility, the bolter proves itself the ideal weapon. It is deadly against lightly armoured infantry, while being powerful enough to harm even elite troops. It is also effective at almost any range. Bolt Rifle. Bolt rifles can be used to pick off enemies with deadly single shots or hose down nearby foes with a storm of bolts. So it is the primary weapon of the Intercessor squads. And yeah, replace the old-fashioned bolt gun, so they're a little bit better. They have varying types of ammo that you can fire, depending on the situation, and they pack a bit more punch than regular bolt guns. The Stormbolter. Clad in Terminator armor, a Space Marine can wield a double-barreled Stormbolter as in one hand, letting them unleash hails of fire. So yeah, rapid-firing guns that have pretty good range and are pretty deadly due to the heavy amount of fire they can output. Finally, we have Assault Bolter. The Assault Bolter has a truly withering rate of fire. It is deployed at extreme close range by units of Inceptors descending from orbit. So a micro-scaled version of the Heavy Bolter. Yeah, these are often wielded in pairs and yeah, have a good output of shots equaling that of the Stormbolter. A fragment of holy wrath dwells in every bolt. Moving on, we look at a different doctrine entirely. This is the Assault Doctrine. Jump pack equipped troops and outriders take the fight to the enemy. So yeah, Christmas box from a few years ago, focusing on the, at the time, brand new Assault Intercessors, plus Outriders, Invader ATV, and the new Jump Pack Captain. As I said, I've still got 5 Intercessors to build, and I've got the ATV to build, so I'm looking forward to doing that and getting it finished and added to my Blood Angels. So, here we have Assault Doctrine. For all their technology, training, and advanced conditioning, the Space Marines are perhaps deadliest of all in brutal close combat. When the time is right, Space Marines will use the Assault Doctrine, sprinting headlong towards the enemy for a decisive charge. Every Space Marine is a deadly close combatant. Being charged by a Space Marine is akin to being hit by a small vehicle. Even unarmoured, the gauntleted blows of a powered armoured warrior are capable of shattering skulls and cracking armour. The Assault Doctrine is often the final move made by the Space Marine commanders. At a word, the Space Marines, who until now have been advancing carefully while providing covering fire, leap from their positions and charge. Their foes are powerless as the Space Marines hammer them into final submission with a storm of brutal blows. Some aggressive commanders prefer instead to let loose at the beginning of a battle, shattering the enemy line before gunning down the survivors. The ultimate test. For many Space Marines, to face the opponent in hand-to-hand combat is the most worthy challenge of their skill as a warrior. Squad sergeants are often armed with close combat weapons, so they can duel enemy commanders or support their squad should they be charged. Yeah. Even a basic chainsaw on a sergeant is a good combat weapon, which you'll find out over the page, because we have some of the tools of the Combat Doctrine. Space Marines wield a wide array of close combat weapons, tailored to the taste of their user and the many foes they face. These are a selection of the most common melee weapons in the Space Marine armory. Chainsword. The chainsword rips through flesh with ease, horrifying even hardened enemy units. Power Fist. Power Fists are wreathed in crackling disruption fields that allow Space Marines to punch through tanks. Power Sword. Power Swords are sheathed in energy fields that let their blades cleave through plate. We also have some close ranged weapons. So we have the Plasma Pistol here. Plasma Pistols are lighter, shorter range than Plasma Rifles, but carry the same armor-melting kick as their larger cousins. Bolt Pistols. Bolt Pistols are the chosen sidearm of many Space Marines, letting them unleash deadly explosive bolts, even at close range. A dagger in the dark is worth 1,000 swords at dawn. So there we have it. Up next we have our gaming articles. So yeah, that's it for this video though. So let me know what you thought of the new doctrines that the Space Marines utilise in the comment section below. Which one is your favourite to lead your fights with? Are you a hardy Son of Dawn that unleashes a devastator doctrine? Are you tactically flexible like a Son of Guilliman and will operate with steady advancing fire in the tactical doctrine? Or are you a furious Son of Baal and sanguineous and like to lead with a headlong charge? Let me know which you are in the comment section down below. So yeah, up next we have the rules for Battle Shock, and we implement them in our latest battle. So thank you all very much for watching, and of course thank you for warbay.shop for sponsoring the series. There's a link for them in the video description if you'd like to check them out and grab yourself a hobby bargain. So, I'll see you next time on Combat Patrol Carnage. Goodbye.